Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Tottenham here with your host, Tom, giving you guys a match preview for tomorrow evening's FA Cup third round draw at home to Burnley. Now, we are obviously embarking on the FA Cup. It's a cup competition, guys, that means an awful lot to me. And I really think that Tottenham have an opportunity this season to go far into this competition, particularly due to the fact that we're only playing pretty much just in the Premier League. We don't have anything else to worry about. It's a really, really good opportunity. And I think tomorrow is a reasonably favourable draw for Spurs. Of course, we could have been drawn against an even lower sort of classed opposition, but I do think overall it's a pretty good draw for Spurs. And I think Ange has a few decisions to make for this game. The fact that, Bentancur came back into the lineup for the last one. Even talk, guys, today about Mickey van der Ven being involved in training in the last three sessions. Would the fact that we saw Bentancur come back in the last game, it would be absolutely incredible, I think, to see Van der Ven back. However, I would just be happy, to be honest, with him getting a substitute appearance, or just a run out for the warm up and cool down. But for me, guys, I want us to take the cup competition seriously. It was a disappointment to see us go out of the Carabao Cup in the second round earlier on this season. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be going strong. And then if we win the game, let's then take off some players and then bleed through, the likes of Jamie Donnelly, Dorrington, maybe even Dane Scarlett. I saw he's come back to the club, which is good. So, guys, we do have some options, but of course, we may have lost the likes of Sonny. Let me know in the comments, guys. I'm not sure. Has he already gone to the Asia Cup? And indeed, has also Sarr and Basuma gone as well? I'm not sure about Sarr, especially due to the injury he picked up. Does he even go to the AFCON in the end? But yes, so for me, guys, I think looking at the lineup for tomorrow, I would be sticking pretty much, I think, with the same defence that played against Bournemouth. So that would be Vicario and goal with a back four of Pedro Porro, Emerson Royale, Ben Davis, and Destiny Udogie. Just looking at other options that could potentially come in, I would, Eric Dyer is always an option, and Ashley Phillips. However, we haven't seen them that very often this season, and does seem to prefer playing Emerson ahead of those two. So I see no reason to change it up. Moving forward into that double pivot, this is an interesting one because we won't see Sarr. So I think for me, Ollie Skip comes in to replace Sarr, and then he does have a decision to make. So would he keep Rodrigo Bentancur in the lineup and give him more minutes, get him back to fitness? Or would Højbjerg maybe come in and give Bentancur a rest? For me, I don't like the Højbjerg Skip partnership. We've tried it quite a few times now, and I think it's evident that there just doesn't ever really seem to be enough penetration, enough creativity in that duo. And we've got to be careful. We're still playing against Premier League opposition tomorrow night. So for me, I'd like to see Skip and Bentancur in that double pivot. Let's take control of the game. If we get 2 or 3-0 up and it's deep into the second half, then we can take off Bentancur and we can put on Højbjerg to shore up the game. Moving forward into that front three, obviously Kulusevski is back now after his 1-game suspension against Bournemouth. So for me, I'd love to see Kulu slotting into that right-hand flank. For me, in the number 8 role, Giovanni Lo Celso, the forgotten man, the man reborn. Really big up to Gio. I always knew that there was a player in there, and he was superb, wasn't he, against Bournemouth in that last game? Those through balls to Sonny, for especially for his goal. really cultured outside of the foot pass for Sonny's goal. Love that from Gio. He's my number 8 at the moment, and it's going to be great. You know, when Madders comes back as well, I can see those two really kind of fighting it out for that position. That means on the left hand side, I'm going to put Brennan Johnson back out onto that left, but there's an argument that maybe a Brian Hill could come in this game. Can definitely see Hill getting some minutes though in the second half. So for me, Johnson on that left. Quite like the shape, to be honest, of that midfield with Højbjerg, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Lo Celso and Johnson. There's a lot of pace. There's a bit of pace in there. There's also enough creativity, I think, to do the job in this game. And that means that up top, the man in form at the moment, the golden man, Richarlison, 5 and 5 at the moment, Richie. Let's get yourself on the score sheet again tomorrow and make it 6 and 6. That would be brilliant. So for me, that would be my team, guys. I'm expecting Spurs to really put on a show tomorrow. We're on TV. You know, it should be. I really sort of appease to the fans. Really, you know, really create a really good atmosphere in this game. But I can really see Spurs putting the foot on the floor, and really, you know, really pushing it from the off. And I think we're going to absolutely steamroll them. I think it's going to be 4-0 to Tottenham in this. That'll be probably my highest prediction of the season for Spurs. Yeah, I really think that we're going to put on a show, and I think that's a really strong lineup, even without the likes of Sonny and Sarr and Basuma. I think we have way too much for Burnley in this game. Of course, we did beat them 5-2 up at Turf Moor earlier on in this season. But guys, let me know in the comments, what's your prediction for the game? Would you be wanting to see more rotation for the squad? I think for me, that's enough. You know, we do, I think, have after this game a good week, maybe even longer before the Manchester United match. So for me, let's win the game, let's win it early, and then maybe we can see the likes of Donnelly, maybe even Dane Scarlett. I'd love to see Alfie Dorrington play and get on and see what he's about as well. Felice, is he fit? Probably not after what looked like a nasty injury that he picked up at the end of the Bournemouth game. But guys, let me know in the comments, what's your prediction? And yeah, as always, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this content, and I'll be putting out a post-match video after the match on Friday. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs.